20 to 6, Tradie Tuesday on ABC Radio Hobart, all things trades. And if there's something you'd like us to talk about or someone you think we should talk to, do let us know, 0438 922 936. But we've certainly noticed this is the time you're out and about and heading to the site. Affordable housing's been a kind of big buzzword over the last few years, but are there opportunities in it? Ben Wilson reckons there is. He's just set up a new company, St Joseph's Affordable Homes. G'day, Ben.
Good morning, how are you going?
Yeah, pretty good. How did you end up being a builder for the church? How did that come about?
So I've been working for the Catholic Church for over 2 years now, and looking after managing the community housing provider Centre Evolve Housing, which manages a number of properties across the state in the social and affordable housing sector. So as part of that, we've had a substantial building program that the Catholic Church has been doing in delivering social and affordable housing across Tasmania. Last year we built over 220 new properties into that sector, supported by the state government, providing capital funding to us to enable us to do those projects. And on the back of that and the pipeline of work that we have coming forward, the Catholic Church set up what's called St Joseph Affordable Homes that will help support the delivery of new supply to Centre Evolve Housing and Catholic Care. And the main reason that that was set up and established was to reinvest into employment and traineeship, apprenticeship outcomes back into the sector.
Because potentially that money could get value out of it several times.
Absolutely, it's the whole economy piece around that, and our outcome in that space is to provide those opportunities. We've just commenced our first round of young people that have started our Job Ready program, and they've been people that are living in the communities in which we're building in the Doon Valley, Brighton municipality, and the northern suburbs. And we've got 12 young people aged between 16 and 24. 3 females and 9 males that are participating in that program that will hopefully see apprentice outcomes, will see apprentice outcomes in the next few months and opportunities presented to them.
Ben, you've worked in the kind of for-profit building sector, if we call it that. How are you able to make the world different in this sector? What can you change? Like, clearly that gender mix is pretty rare on building sites, still in Tassie.
Yes. Yeah, it is, and we're certainly promoting that opportunity across the board. I guess being in this sector and working for a community housing provider and the Catholic Church, and now we've set up our construction business there. I guess you're touching all parts of the reason why we're building houses, and at the end of the day, once we've built those houses and completed those houses, we still have that wraparound connection and an ongoing connection with the end user, and that's quite a unique opportunity. So, we're building a lot of new properties in that space, but I guess the outcome of that is that we get to work with people within the community on an ongoing basis and really bring the community together, particularly around now these employment outcomes that we can offer to young people within the communities that we operate.
Jesus was a carpenter. Is St Joseph a plumber or electrician? Do we know St Joseph's connection to this?
Yes, obviously, St Joseph there, being a carpenter, so it was appropriate that the name really blended with the outcomes that we're looking to achieve.
Where is some of this building happening?
Look, we're building across Southern Tasmania, but for St Joseph Affordable Homes, we only commenced in June, and we've got nearly 30 houses under construction.
Wow.
Quite a bit up at the Doon Valley, the northern suburbs in Hobart. But look, we're building all across the state, but St Joseph is really targeting those southern regions that we have projects in some regional areas in Tasmania at the moment. We're building in Sheffield, Georgetown. We have a project that's going through planning at the moment down at Dover. So really trying to touch on those points that haven't had investment for many years.
It sounds really great, Ben. I mean, I know I live in an area that was, built by the government, and in Mornington, and it's next to a rain, and the houses have some things in common because they're from a similar plan. They're small. They've got absolutely no insulation whatsoever, and the windows seem to be made of like cold air. How are you building now for houses that are going to be better to live in?
So we're building
because you're putting them up so fast. So yeah, what are the standards?
Yeah, look, we're building to a number of standards there, and I think that's one of the key elements about the investment back into the stock here, and that's we're building to 7-star energy ratings, so quite a high level, so all double glazed, fully insulated. So a high level of finish, but also accessible, so there can be adaptable housing to take numerous cohort into that. So we have fully lined bathrooms, so we can set up grab rails in all different heights to suit individuals' needs. Fully accessible showers. So really high quality of finish. So really investing in the ongoing living costs for the tenants. And
so how do you do that and keep the cost of building down?
Oh, look, it does cost a bit more to be doing that, to be honest. But at the end of the day, the long-term investment, and these properties are held for a considerable length of time. Our contractual obligations with government are usually in the realms of 30 to 40 years.
Oh, really?
To make them available for social housing. So very much a long-term investment, so a bit more upfront in the original costs to ensure that we meet those high level of energy ratings and accessibility.
It's 13 to 6, ABC Radio Hobart. Builder Ben Wilson has set up a business. He's been working in the Catholic sector for a while. St Joseph's Homes, that's building affordable homes right around Tasmania, and lots of them. There's a $10 million pipeline. In terms of your understanding of need in Tasmania and what you're building, how much of the need do you think you're going to address?
Oh, look, there's a significant number of people on the waiting list. State government during this year and for many years have been contributing opportunities to work with the community housing provider sector to deliver new social and affordable housing. As I said, we completed some 222 new dwellings financial year just gone, which is quite a significant number if you look at the number of houses built in Tasmania. And pleasingly, there is a significant program that's coming forward by the state government to work with the community housing sector in delivering a high number of new social housing dwellings by 2023. So there's a high number of people on the social housing wait list, but we think that there is an opportunity to make a dent in that over the next few years.
This text is saying high-density housing is an insult to the homeless. They need space. And Mark says the community is going to protest against the Mary Knoll development. It's such a challenge to provide what's needed. How do you make sure that if you build a bunch of houses in one area, it doesn't become an area of disadvantage?
Well, I think there's a couple of points on that. One is that high-density housing, if you look at Mary Knoll as an example, is in a general residential zoning. So we are building to and designing to a general residential zone in relation to the density that we can put onto that development. And the other thing that we do is that we do provide a mix of housing opportunities, particularly in an area like Mary Knoll, where we will have a mix of private ownership, affordable social housing, and potentially some specialised houses for NDIS support services as well. So a real mixed community, and we think that model, and that model's certainly been proven in other developments that we've done across the state. So look, each development is designed and laid out to its own merits, and as an example, the Mary Knoll one will be a mixed development that will provide a great outcome for a number of individuals and families across the sector.
Ben, does it give you a sense of purpose building in this way and for this part of the community rather than just building for maximum profits?
Look, you can certainly see the outcomes, and I think that's one of the most rewarding things that I and the team that work within Centre Care of Old Housing and St Joseph Affordable Homes and the Catholic Church see. And at the end of the day, there is the high need, and every Tasmanian deserves a safe and secure place to call home. And when that is delivered to people that haven't had that opportunity in the past, or been in high stress environment because they've been couch surfing, or in a situation where they haven't been provided that, then it's greatly rewarding, and it's the purpose of what drives us every day. And it certainly produces the results that are needed for those individuals and families.
So great. Thanks for talking with us today.